Why does political polarization happen, or the phenomena of politicians and voters moving away from political centers to ideological extremes like the far left or the far right? To understand why, let's talk about elections. In elections, political parties want to make the most out of voters, and they know that the voters that are most reliable are extremist voters or committed voters that believe in set fundamental ideologies that aren't going to vote for someone on the left, for example, because they're too far right to do so. And so, the politicians that make it past primaries or that are selected by their political parties to run for office of the president, for example, vice president, are typically those that are more extreme. And so, this sets the stage for policymakers that are on the extreme sides of the right or the left, for example, in making policies. But further than that, there's also been a rise in charismatic authorities in recent politics. This means, for example, strongman dictators or politicians that have personalities, so very strong personalities that create us versus them narratives. For example, Donald Trump creating a us versus them narrative with the left wing in America, for example. And what this shows us is that it creates this further divide between the right and the left or political extremes, where it's not just a big gap in ideologies or beliefs, but it's also direct hostility toward the other side, which makes politics so toxic. Further than that, the rise of social media and political campaigns or political ideologies being shared on social media has created echo chambers. What are echo chambers? Basically, when you say something and it echoes, you hear the same thing back, right? In social media, algorithms feed you what you already like. For example, if you watch a reel about cats, you get reels about cats. So if you watch a reel about Donald Trump, you get more reels supporting Donald Trump. And what happens is the beliefs of people become entrenched or become further solidified because of these echo chambers fueled by social media. So if there's any reason why polarization is happening today, it's fueled by a mix of technology and basically because of the system of how elections are handled from the start.